That boy Jerry Jones said y'all ain't about to keep talking crazy about him not being an excellent GM when he can go and find talent like this that's able to create absolutely no separation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys have finally made a trade. And while the Kansas City Chiefs get DeAndre Hopkins, the Buffalo Bills get Amari Cooper, the New York Jets get a Devontae Adams, the Dallas Cowboys have matched those moves with a shocking move of their own, acquiring Jonathan Mingo from the Carolina Panthers. Let's get right into this. Now, make no mistake about it. I'm not upset because of the actual move itself. I'm upset because of what this move likely means. The Dallas Cowboys are trading for new wide receivers. As sources say, they are acquiring Panthers' second-round wide receiver, Jonathan Mingo, which is going to provide some help for their offense. They also acquire a 2025 7th-round draft pick in this trade, and they have to give up a 2025 4th-round draft pick in this trade. Now, I will say this before I go off on a tangent here. That draft pick is likely going to be like a comp pick or something like that, right? So it's not like the Cowboys don't have extra 4th and 5ths to play with since they let a mass exodus happen on this team in the offseason. They have extra mid-round picks. But still, the point stands. DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper, Jonathan Mingo. Jonathan Mingo, a guy who has not had a catch in 3 weeks, a guy who has one of the worst average separations out of any receiver in the National Football League. The reason I know it's one of the worst separations, because you can't get much worse than averaging about a yard of separation for a whole game, bruh. That means not only was the receiver right in your hip pocket, they were in the lining, they were in the stitching of your damn football pants, bruh. Like, Jonathan Mingo is another one of these receivers, another one of these type of moves from Jerry Jones that he makes just to say that he made a move. He made this move not only too little too late, because Dak is hurt, bruh. You should have made a move like this a couple of weeks ago, Jerry. Once again, you're late to the party, bro. No, Cowboys fans ain't happy because you did something. You're late to the party. And you gave up another 4th-round pick while Cowboys fans are still dealing with PTSD from the last 4th-round pick that you wasted on Trey Lance. And no matter how good Trey Lance looks, if he gets a chance to play while Dak Prescott is out, the unfortunate part is he's not going to be a Cowboy, because if he plays well, another team is going to want to give him money so he can come and compete for a starting job. So guess what? He's not going to be here anyways, and if he plays badly, this is the last year of his deal, so he's not gonna be here, bruh. So those of y'all that's like, oh, Trey Lance, brother, Trey Lance is no parts of the Dallas Cowboys future. This ain't got nothing to do with Dak. This is me trying to let y'all know, bruh, Trey Lance has no parts in the Dallas Cowboys future. Once Dak signed that contract, bro, that all but sealed Trey Lance's fate. Now we're dealing with Jerry making late moves for a Jonathan Mingo, a 6'2", 220-pound wide receiver out of Mississippi. He played college ball at Ole Miss, and he was drafted in the 2nd round by the Carolina Panthers. He's only 23 years old, so this is a young receiver. This is somebody that hopefully, if Dak and him can get some kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm not about to do this, bro. This move right here is nothing. I'm sorry. I can't get excited about it. There's nothing against the guy. There's nothing against Jonathan Mingo himself, but I'm telling y'all, bro, he literally has not had a catch in 3 weeks. And before that, he had 1 catch for 1 yard. And before that, he had 2 catches for 37 yards. And the first game of the season, he had 2 catches for 40 yards. That was his best game all year. And by the way, he fumbled in that game. So I'm not excited about this move. Needless to say, I'm not excited about this particular move. Doing a film study on Jonathan Mingo is going to be super easy because he only has 1 play to actually look at. And if we actually look at this play, the unfortunate part is him not being able to get separation showed up pretty blatantly on this clip. You can see him running across the middle of the field, and I mean, he didn't separate at all on the DB right there. So am I excited about this move? Absolutely not. I have no legitimate reason to be excited about this move. Neither do you as a Cowboys fan. In fact, you should be even more concerned that the Joneses even made this trade right now. Instead of being sellers, which is what they should be doing right now so they can retool their team, instead of actually being sellers, you should be very concerned that the Joneses decided to do this move right now, because what that means is they're likely not going to draft a wide receiver in the upcoming draft. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but this is the classic Jerry move to trade for a guy mid-season when it no longer matters, and then use that trade as one of his draft picks in the upcoming draft for a receiver. And when everyone's asking him, Jerry, why didn't you get a receiver in the draft? Why don't you use one of your first round picks or one of your first 2 picks on a receiver to get Dak Prescott more help, since you've seen that the running game is struggling and we really don't have any other options outside of CeeDee Lamb that's consistent?
Oh, well, we went and gave up that 4th round pick for Jonathan Mingo in the middle of the season, and that's essentially a draft pick if you look like it. So really, we did spend the 4th on a receiver this year. We just did it a little bit earlier than everyone else. Wink.
That's what Jerry's going to do. That's why this move sickens me, because it's not about the player. I'm not upset about Jonathan Mingo. I kind of am, but I'm not upset about Jonathan Mingo. It's about the implications that this brings with it. It's about the fact that this was too little too late. It's about the fact that this move right here is the complete microcosm of everything that is wrong with the Dallas Cowboys front office from the standpoint of Jerry Jones makes moves too late. He makes Dollar Tree moves, and he makes moves that don't make sense. Just in general, it doesn't make sense, and he kind of hamstring himself with his moves in the future by doing stuff like this. Again, I hope all the best for Jonathan Mingo, but let's be for real, y'all. He has 100+ yards on the season with like 15 catches or something like that. We actually look at his statistics on the season. Jonathan Mingo is rocking 121 yards off of 12 catches this season. That's what we're trading for. And remember, we are at mid-season already. Those stats would have been decent for the first couple of games of the season, but we're at mid-season already, and you just got him from the Panthers. And they just actually drafted this guy last year. So if the Panthers are ready to move off of him already, after drafting him last year, after getting rid of DJ Moore, after drafting another receiver in Xavier Leggett, now you have a 1-2 punch combo, essentially, is what you're looking at with this 2nd round wide receiver that you got for 2023, and they got rid of him. There's a reason. Jerry, stop trying to operate by the one man's trash is another man's treasure principle, bruh. It doesn't work in the NFL. Especially when you counting on a Hamburglar to get that hidden potential out of the treasure that you dug out of the trash. And we still the same old Cowboys, bro.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.